From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Allie Levine is a sought-out TV and media personality, celebrity stylist, and influencer on Intellifluence. Additionally, Allie is a podcaster, blogger, author, certified breathwork coach, and mother. From breakdowns to breakthroughs, Allie helps women around the world tap into a higher frequency of being. Between conscious styling, energy audits, and breathwork, she's transforming individuals from the inside out on a whole new level. You can learn more at allielevine.com and follow Allie on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, to name a few. Allie, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with us. We really appreciate it. I'm interested in your background. Can you tell us a little bit about it, including how you got into the entertainment business?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. And how I got into the entertainment industry. So I actually always knew I loved fashion. I worked in retail and corporate before I even entered into entertainment. I worked for Talbots and Coach. I'm originally from New York, so I started out very much, going to the city all the time and interning in the city, then working on movies in the city. Once I did my first movie, Wall Street Man Never Sleeps. Before that, as I said, I was working in corporate and on all the fashion districts in New York City. So I always knew fashion was my calling, because I loved seeing the transformation of people when they would put something on and I could see how they would light up and how they transform, how they feel so good. And I noticed that at a really young age. And so it really intrigued me. So as I got older, I really studied it and really got into it. And then, I fell into entertainment because I was already doing the fashion side of things. And then, I think it was 2007, was it the market crash? I'm like dating myself, but whenever that major market crash happened, especially in New York City, it kind of pushed me out of the corporate world because there were no jobs, and it was like, okay, well, what am I going to do now? And that was when I was able to then start being a production assistant on different movies and different projects. And Wall Street Man Never Sleeps was my first big movie with the famous Oliver Stone and some other, big names. And that's where I really started to get to work with Ellen Moroznik, who was the top costume designer, who took me under her wing and let me start learning about costume. And that's how I fell into that world, just kind of being a donut girl and, cutting scripts and doing whatever I needed to do. And then working my way through and eventually then meeting a team in Atlanta that asked me to go to LA to then start working on movies out there, and eventually transition into styling because I found more of my niche and my home in the styling world than the costume world.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer? It's free, easy, and you get to keep 100% of your earnings. Go to Intellifluence.com, click or tap Influencers, then click or tap the Join for Free button. Once you have registered for free as an influencer, you can start creating offers with custom pricing and services. Brands can pitch you to work with them via these offers. Once you have created your offers, head over to the marketplace and browse opportunities for brands. Apply to any and all that are a great fit. Earn cash quickly by referring your friends and family. We spoke a little bit before the interview about your transformation from the styling space as a celebrity stylist, kind of more into focusing on breath work now. Can you tell us a little bit about that transformation?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, so I have always felt I've been in the transformative space with fashion, with styling, watching different celebrities, public figures, everyday people, moms, really transforming what they wear. And I always love getting to see how they feel and what they were wearing, the colors, the vibrations. And as I went through my own transformations, and I feel just kind of soul awakenings in my own journey in life and becoming a mom, and a lot just changed and shifted for me in my perspective, I started realizing that I wasn't embodying my full authenticity of myself. And I was so hooked on the clothing, and I was so focused on how I looked on the outside, and I wasn't loving how I looked on the outside as a new mom because, your body doesn't necessarily quote unquote go back. It was much, for me, it was definitely a transition and learning how to love myself in a new space. And going through all that really kind of brought me into a more holistic space of wellness, of studying meditation, and then falling in love with breath work and realizing that the breath really is such a true transformational space when we give ourselves the ability to breathe consciously and actually pay attention to the breath and what that can do. And it just transformed my whole inner world. And then that transformed my outer world and the way I felt and the way I went through everything in life. And so I just noticed, I show up better as a wife. I show up better as a mother, as Allie, as an entrepreneur, and all the things I do and embody. It really made me step into a whole new world of leadership and embodiment. And so that's why I'm so passionate about it. And I feel like fashion is like one level of transformation, and then adding in the breath is, the next level, like on a really deep soul level. And I feel, especially called nowadays with everything that's kind of going on in the world, it can be very, very healing. It can be very, very shifting. And in my opinion, I feel like kind of one of the biggest lies I was ever told is, it takes time to heal. I was told that through my postpartum depression, with my first daughter. I was told that with a lot of different things I went through. And I realized when I started really diving into breath work and becoming a facilitator, that's not true. It's actually devotion and intention and being authentic with yourself and being willing to sit and want to move through and heal. And so that's what breathwork did for me. And that's why now I feel so passionate about bringing it to the world and the collective for them to have this deeper transformational journey.
And tell us about some of your favorite brand collaborations to date, because checking out your site, you and your Linktree, you have a lot. So I'm interested to hear if there's one or two that really stood out, if you can even isolate two favorites.
For sure. Oh, definitely. I mean, so on the motherhood scope, one of my favorite brands is Once Upon a Farm. I have worked with them since Amelia was a baby, and now she's 4.5 years old. I still, use it for Arlie, my 2-year-old. I plan on also giving to my new baby that's coming any day now. So Once Upon a Farm has always been just organic, clean, cold pressed, super transparent in how they do things, how they create their food, which is really important to me because I'm all about, authenticity in a brand, not only for myself, but for other brands that I align with and work with. So in the motherhood space, really love Once Upon a Farm. In the wellness space, I really love Soak. It is a sound frequency app. I actually did a really cool breathwork collaboration with them as well. So when you go on the app, if you want to experience some breathwork from me, they have an offering on there where you can, listen and breathe with me. And it's all sound frequencies, all about how to also have your cells be always listening and help you with healing. And there's all different ones for migraines, anxiety, wanting more energy. It's really phenomenal. So I've had a lot of fun with Soak. What else did I say? In the past, I did a lot with FabFitFun. Loved how they curated their boxes and had really amazing names and brands, and just fun ways to get excited about, wellness and beauty and everything. But yeah, I've had a lot for sure, as you said, and it's been cool to be able to kind of dive into the different scopes of motherhood, wellness, more holistic, lifestyle, of course, some stuff in fashion and beauty. So it's been really cool to get to work with those different types of brands and see how, I really get to check them out and, what I learn from them and what I want to share with other people. Because before I take on any brand, I always use it myself. I get into it. I see what I think, can I really speak to this? Is this really aligned with me? Would I really want to share this? So it's been really cool over the years to watch the evolvement also too in brands, and how they're also shifting in the way they do things with influencers.
That's great. And considering all your ventures, everything that you have going on, how do you structure your average day so you can get everything done that you need to get done, still have time for family, still have time for yourself?
Yeah. So this goes back to kind of my wellness journey. After I kind of healed myself through postpartum depression with my first daughter, I started realizing okay, I really have to be my own advocate. I have to really, embody and be a leader for myself. No one is coming to save you. You have to take care of yourself. And I think once that clicked, I started really becoming intentional about how I started my morning and how I ended my night. And I completely shifted from being on my phone consistently and checking emails from brands and doing all these things that, yes, of course, are important, but I think it's really important to be intentional of how you start your morning and how you end your night, because that's how you really go into your day and how you end that day to close out that, chapter essentially to go into the next day. So meditation and breath work is always where I start in the morning, and it's always where I end at night, so that I have a clear mind, I have a clear breath, I'm in a good space, and I can come into anything, even if it is more, intense, or there is drama or whatever might be happening. It doesn't rock me the way it used to. And I'm able to stay centered and be able to say, okay, how am I going to move through this? And if I can't, I'm at least able to be conscious of that and walk away from it and go for a walk or listen to some music or turn on Soak and listen to a frequency and get myself in the right mindset to be able to react from a place that is, much more calm than just react and be activated and triggered by what's happening. So as far as I lay out my day, I start with that. Then of course, my girls are first. So, we do breakfast in the morning together. I get them going. Usually while they're eating, I'll check a couple emails quickly on my phone just to see what is of urgency today. Because normally the things from yesterday move over to the next day. There's always extra things from the to-do list. There's very rare days that I get the whole to-do list done. So I really kind of become intentional of what is needing my energy right this moment. Some days are podcast days. Some days are interviews and collaborations. Other days are creating content. I really try to structure, overall, so I know what I'm coming into and it's not a mishmash of stuff, and knowing, okay, these days are the days I'm serving my clients and doing breath work or helping them with, styling projects. This day are the days I give more to myself. And then I really try to be intentional about Fridays, half day-ish, go for a walk with my kids, get more outside, be intentional about really just enjoying and grounding before I get back to, the Monday grind. So I think just really unlearning for me so much and taking my power back in that sense. And also not feeling like I have to show up online 24/7. When I first came into the influencer space, I was really told, and honestly, I felt very controlled that I had to be there all the time, posting on stories all day long, creating content all day long. And it exhausted me. It burned me out. It became a place where I no longer enjoyed showing up and I felt like it was a chore. And now I've become so intentional in the space that I actually enjoy showing up again. And I get excited about what content I'm creating and what I'm giving to my community. And, I post when I want to post on my stories, and I try to show up every day. But if I miss a day, I don't beat myself up. I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'll post more content. Today just wasn't one of those days, and I catch up. And I always get back to DMs, of course, during the week to make sure I'm connecting with the community and, doing what I need to do if I'm doing a brand deal. But I've just given myself a lot more grace, and it's actually created a lot more alignment with the right brands and created more space in my schedule in general.
The IntelliFluence for Influencers app enables you to earn free products or cash in exchange for your honest reviews using your mobile device. Upon logging in, or signing up for free if you haven't already, you will arrive at your custom dashboard where you can view transactions that need your attention at a glance or browse our recommended offers from brands. Check out marketplace offers from brands and apply to your favorites. Once you accept a pitch from a brand, you can complete the entire transaction anywhere using your mobile device and communicate with the brand using our intuitive messaging tool. You will never have to go outside the app. View your earnings summary, including upcoming payments, as well as your entire history. You can view your influencer profile strength and make any necessary updates to your profile to put you in better position to be pitched. Edit your details such as compensation preferences and social accounts with ease. If you could ever use some help, you can access the IntelliFluence knowledge base or contact support at any time from the app. As an influencer, there are never any fees associated with using our influencer marketing service, and you get to keep all of your earnings. Download the free IntelliFluence for Influencers app today and get started.